good evening, and welcome to the Weslaco East High School Gymnasium. We are on the campus of Weslaco East High School, where today it is your Weslaco East Lady Wildcats taking on the Edinburg North Lady Cougars. This is a 31-6A district matchup between these two ball clubs. Weslaco East, of course, playing here at home. The Lady Cougars coming in as a bidding squad, second place in District 31-6A. They have a district record of 7-2. Their losses come to Edinburg Vela and Edinburg High. Weslaco East Lady Wildcats on the court. In the front row are going to have Laisha Castillo along with Megan Gonzalez. And that's going to be Arlis Munoz. In the back row, they're going to have Erlinda Amaya along with the libero Adriana Gonzalez and Brissa Guzman. Lady Wildcats will be serving to begin this ball game. Erlinda Amaya serving for your Lady Wildcats. That one just a little long, goes out, and first point of the afternoon goes to the Lady Cougars. Quick substitution being made. Shayla Gaitan, the sophomore, comes on to the court, and she'll be serving. All the way back to Gonzalez libero. Maya with a set. Megan Gonzalez sending it across. Lady Cougar sending it right back at the net. That is Megan Gonzalez sending it over. Bumped across by the Lady Cougars. Amaya with the set to Munoz. And Munoz with a kill. 1-1 is the score. Laisha Castillo will go back and will be serving. Score tied at 1 here in the first set. Castillo found an area that was hard to return, and it's 2-1 in favor of your Lady Wildcats. Libero did a really good job reaching out for that, but just couldn't get to it. This time, Castillo sends it into the net, and we are knotted up at 2. Ivana Ramos take a seat. Alyssa Coronado on the court. Kaylee O'Brien back to serve. That goes back to Gonzalez, the libero. And Brissa Guzman with a little dink across as the ball was a little too close to the net. And the Cougars found an area where the Lady Wildcats were not. That one drops, and now they take a 1-point lead, 3-2. O'Brien serving. Guzman, Amaya, Munoz. Set at the net. Across by Fas. Great hustle by Gaitan. And Fas sends it across on the third shot. They're going to call a double hit on the Lady Wildcats. And now the Lady Cougars lead by 2. O'Brien serving. That's Castillo. Amaya. Guzman with a big hit. Lady Wildcats substitution. Munoz will take a seat. Aislinn Mesa comes onto the court. And they're going to send Adriana Gonzalez back to serve. Gonzalez, libero to libero. At the net. As Alyssa Coronado. And she smacks it right into the net. And now we are tied at 4. Gonzalez serving. Set to the back row. Great job by Amaya to keep it in play. Mesa sending it over. At the net. That's Duffy with a big kill. Lady Cougars up by 1. Melanie Cantu will come onto the court. She'll also go back to serve. Cantu goes right into the net, and the score is now tied at 5. Couple of substitutions for your Lady Wildcats. Jasmine Escobedo along with Magali Larraga onto the court. Larraga will go back to serve. Ramos. Dreyer, Ramos. And that's a point. Barajas now on the court for the Lady Cougars. Back to serve will be Hannah Duffy. Gonzalez, Larraga. Big hit from Jasmine Escobedo. Point, Lady Wildcats. 6-6 is your score. Laisha Castillo will take a seat. Alondra Pettis on the court for her. Brisa Guzman back to serve. Ramos, Duffy, Coronado. And that one falls. Lady Cougars lead 7-6. Alyssa Medina on the court for your Lady Wildcats. Ramos sends that one into the net. Tied at 7. Aislinn Mesa back to serve for your Lady Wildcats. Gonna hustle and they can't get to it. And now your Lady Wildcats are up by 1. Just couldn't get to the ball were the Lady Cougars. Here comes Mesa with the serve. That one touches the net. And of course, as always, anytime it hits the net, it gets redirected. Ramos did a great job trying to get to it, but just couldn't. Lady Wildcats up by a score of 9-7. O'Brien, Ramos gets it over. Gonna set it up to Munoz. Ramos bumping it and keeping it alive. That goes all the way to the outside to Barajas. Great job from Perez. But a quick snag of the volleyball did Ramos send it right back across. Sending it up in the middle for O'Brien. And they're going to say that was a little long. And now your Lady Wildcats are up by 3 by a score of 10-7. Mesa serving. Ramos. Dreyer. Barajas. Larraga setting it up to Perez. That one again hits the net, and the Lady Cougars just couldn't get to it in time. And now your Lady Wildcats are up by 4, 11-7. Coach McCallum wants to slow things down, calls a timeout, and we'll take one as well. You're enjoying Lady Wildcat volleyball right here on KWS.
Before Christine McCleary was a physical therapist, she was an honor student at Weslaco ISD, played sports, and was a cheerleader. She graduated from Ohio State University, then physical therapy school at Texas State University. Now she is Dr. Christine McCleary at Triumph Therapy and part of the clinical faculty at UTRGV School of Medicine. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Christine McCleary, WISD was the right choice.
Welcome back, Weslaco East Gymnasium on the Weslaco East High School campus. KWS bringing you Lady Wildcat volleyball. Lady Wildcats up 11-7 here in the first set. That one is sent across by Barajas. Caught the Lady Wildcats in the air as they were coming down. Were able to get their hands on it, but just couldn't keep it in play. Lady Cougars cut the lead to 3, trailing 8-11. Back to serve is going to be Jessica Dreyer. Dreyer with a point for the Lady Cougars. Now trail only by 2, 9-11. Going to be set in the middle for Perez. Ramos, Dreyer. Barajas, Gonzalez, Larraga, Munoz. At the net, Munoz, what a play. Perez, Larraga, back to Perez, and that's a point. Big hit from Alondra Perez, and the lead is now 3 for your Lady Wildcats. Erlinda Amaya comes onto the court, along with Megan Gonzalez, and Amaya will go back to serve. Got to get it across, and they don't. 13-9, Lady Wildcats lead. Amaya with the serve. And again, that's an ace. And again, touching the net. Just enough to redirect it so the Lady Cougars can't get to it. Lead is 5, 14-9. Dreyer. Duffy into the net, and the lead is now 6, 15-9. Lady Wildcats leading. That's another ace for Linda Maya. 16-9. Amaya with the serve. Dreyer setting it up for O'Brien. That gets across. Good job from Munoz, and they're going to set it up for her. And that one falls. 17-9. 8-point lead for your Lady Wildcats. Amaya continues to serve. Back row serve. Good job there by Lady Wildcats. Setting it up to Gonzalez. Lady Cougars got to get it over. They do. Gonzalez, Amaya. In the middle, Munoz has it blocked. Lady Cougars with a big block in the middle from Kaylee O'Brien. Shayla Gaitan on the court for Lady Cougars to go back to serve. Lady Cougars trail by 7, 10-17. That one goes over. Great job from Gonzalez. Lady Cougars got to get the third shot over, and they do. Gonzalez. Second shot from Amaya. Amaya saw something there in the Cougar D and took advantage of it, and now they are back to an 8-point lead. Your Lady Cougars are. 18-7 is now your score. 18-10, correction. Danielle Castillo with the serve. That one goes long, and his lead is now 9. 19-10 is your score. Shot comes right over. Brissa Guzman sends it right back. They set it up to Brissa. Brissa with a kill. 20-10 is now your score. Lady Wildcats lead by 10. Castillo with the serve. Setting it up for O'Brien at the net. Lady Wildcats could not get that one back over. 11-20, Lady Cougars trail. Kaylee O'Brien back to serve. Amaya. Great job by Gonzalez to get that one across. She was a little out of position. She was able to keep her body under control to get it over. And Brissa Guzman makes the Lady Cougars pay. Big kill from Guzman. Lead is back to 10, 21-11. Gonzalez serving, cannot be handled. 22-11. Gonzalez will be serving again. Setting it up for Ramos. And the Lady Wildcats can't keep it in play. The ball goes over to the Lady Cougars. They trail by 10, 12-22. Melanie Cantu serving. That's Gonzalez. Amaya with a great hustle. And Brisa Guzman at the net. Catching the Lady Cougars out of position. And now they've got an 11-point lead. Some substitutions made by your Lady Wildcats. Talisa Salinas, one of those substitutions being made, and she'll go back to serve. Setting it up to Ramos. Ramos with a big kill. 23-13, Lady Wildcats on top of this one here in the first set. Hannah Duffy is serving for the Lady Cougars. Mata at the net. Had it blocked again. Great net play from Aislinn Mesa. And she sends it over, and that's another point for your Lady Wildcats. Lady Wildcats lead 24-13. Brisa Guzman back to serve with a chance to take the first set. That's long, and your Lady Wildcats take the first one, 25-13. We'll be right back after they change sides. You're watching Lady Wildcat Volleyball right here on KWS. Welcome back. Weslaco East High School is where we are at. KWS bringing you Lady Wildcat Volleyball. Lady Wildcats took the first set, 25-13. We're about to get underway in the second set. In the front, it's going to be Megan Gonzalez, Liz Munoz, and Erlinda Amaya. Gonzalez, Guzman, and Laisha Castillo round out the other starters. First point goes to Lady Cougs here in the second set. Jessica Dreyer is serving. Amaya sets it up in the middle to Munoz. Great job by the Lady Cougars getting to that volleyball, but they cannot get it back over. 1-1. Laisha Castillo serving for your Lady Wildcats. That one gets across, and it was net got touched by one of the Lady Wildcats, so that's a point for the Lady Cougars. 2-1, Lady Cougars leading. Shayla Gaitan back to serve. Guzman, Amaya, Munoz. That's Ramos. Setting it up to the lefty Fas. Great job by Amaya to get it over. They're going to say that one of the Lady Cougars went across. So that's a point for the Lady Wildcats. 2-2 is your score. Gonzalez back to serve. Ace. 3-2, Lady Wildcats lead. Gonzalez serving. Ramos setting it up. Little dink by Duffy, but the Lady Wildcats were ready for that one. And they get another point here. Great play at the net. We've seen some really good play from the Lady Wildcats today at the net. Gonzalez with the serve. Back to Ramos. That one doesn't get across. And now the lead is 3 here early on in the second set. 5-2, Lady Wildcats leading. If you're just joining us, they took the first set by a score of 25-13. Set it up to Duffy. This time, set up for Guzman. That one's long. 3-5, Lady Cougars trail. Couple of substitutions made by the Lady Cougars. They're going to send Kaylee O'Brien back to serve. That goes to Gonzalez. Amaya setting it up. No, she's going to set it right back across on the second shot. Duffy bringing it across. Gonzalez from the back row. Duffy again. Castillo calls it. They're going to say that's in. Call got overturned. Line judge called it in. Referees on the court say that it was long, so that's a point for the Lady Cougars. They trail by 1, 4-5. O'Brien serving. Setting it up in the middle is Amaya to Guzman. Dreyer with a bump across. Amaya with another set. This time to Gonzalez. Got pushed across from O'Brien. At the net, that one is long. Score is now tied at 5. O'Brien with the serve. That's Guzman. Amaya setting to Gonzalez. And they're going to say that's out. Lady Cougars take a 1-point lead, 6-5 here in the second set. So O'Brien serving, Gonzalez, Amaya, Guzman. First shot comes right back as O'Brien had to stretch to get to that one. And Guzman sends one across that cannot be returned. Score's now tied at 6. Escobedo and Larraga back on the court for your Lady Wildcats. Larraga will go back to serve. First shot from Ramos gets across. Larraga with the set. Guzman with a big swing, get blocked. And they're going to say that the Lady Cougars little confusion here as one referee was pointing one way, the other referee was pointing the other way, and now they're going to say it was 4 hits on the Lady Wildcats. Lady Cougars serving. They lead by 1, the Lady Cougars do. That one's a little long. Lady Cougars now lead by 2, 8-6. Coach Nava wants to have a talk with her girls, calls a timeout. We'll be right back right here on K-West.
Before Dania Pulido became an attorney, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a member of the National Honor Society and a cheerleader. She earned her degree from St. Mary's University, then graduated from St. Mary's University School of Law. Now she is Dania Pulido, attorney at law for Texas Legal Services Center in Austin. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Dania Pulido, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Welcome back. We are at the Weslaco East High School Gymnasium. K-West bringing you Lady Wildcat Volleyball. We are in the second set. Lady Cougars taking on your Lady Wildcats. Lady Cougars lead by 3, 9-6 here in the second set. In case you are just joining us, your Lady Wildcats took the first set 25-13. Melanie Cantu serving for the Lady Cougars. That one is long. Seen all the way by Elisha Castillo. She just followed it, knew it was long from the get-go. Lady Wildcats trailing by 2, 7-9. Brisa Guzman serving. That one played off the net. Just couldn't get enough on it to keep it in play. Lady Wildcats cut the lead to 1, 8-9. Guzman serving. Great job there by Dreyer keeping it in play. Guzman with a little dink. Set it up to Ramos. At the net is Mesa. Guzman trying to find an empty spot, but Ramos with the first shot sends it right back across. They're going to set it up to Perez, but just a little too close to the net to be able to handle it. Lady Cougars lead by 2, 10-8. Alyssa Medina now in the court for Lady Wildcats. Hannah Duffy serving for the Lady Cougars. Setting it up to Perez. That one off the rafters. Great hustle from Ramos, but she got it up into the rafters and it just did its little thing like a pinball machine up there, and the Lady Cougars had a hard time following it. Lady Wildcats trail by 1. That serve goes long and to the left. Point Lady Cougars, they lead by 2, 11-9. Ivana Ramos serving. Great job by La Raga, because that one looked like it was going into the net. But she was able to stick out one arm and get it across, and it fell in play. And so now your Lady Wildcats trailing only by 1, 10-11. Erlinda Amaya back to serve. That's going to be set up to Ramos. That's Medina with a great dig. Third shot's got to get across, and they get it over. Gonzalez, Amaya, Munoz. Great job by Ramos to keep it in play. Ramos with a big swing and a point. 2-point lead for the Lady Cougars, 12-10. Jade Guerra will come onto the court. Jessica Dreyer will go back to serve. Good job by Perez to get it across. That one is out. Lady Wildcats trail by 1. Danielle Castillo and Brisa Guzman back on the court for your Lady Wildcats. Danielle Castillo will go back to serve. That's going to be set up and into the net by the Lady Cougars. The score is now tied at 12. Castillo serving. Ramos. Great job. Lady Wildcats got to get it over, and it does not. They trail by 1, 12-13, your Lady Wildcats do. Shayla Gaitan back to serve for the Lady Cougars. That one sails long, and now we are tied, this time at 13. Aislinn Mesa back on the court for Lady Cougars. Adriana Gonzalez serving. They're going to set it up to Ramos. They're going to say it hit the ground. Kaylee O'Brien back to serve for the Lady Cougars. That's a Maya to Gonzalez. Gonzalez got to get it over. She does. O'Brien at the net. Coronado, but the Lady Wildcats playing some very good game at the net. Got to get over. They get it across. Lady Cougars do. Setting it up in the middle to Gonzalez. She gets it over. O'Brien keeps it in play. Amaya to Mesa. Duffy getting it across for the Lady Cougars. Guzman with a big hit. Gets across. Mesa keeping it alive. Amaya. Great job. Great hustle by Castillo. At the net. Little dink. Gonzalez. Second shot gets over. They're going to set it up for Duffy. And the block at the net by your Lady Wildcats. Little dink. But Guzman with some great play, great hustle. What effort from Amaya. That one gets across. Guzman. Amaya. Across by Mesa. Again, right over. Sends it Megan Gonzalez. Amaya with a good save there. Guzman. Gonzalez playing some pretty strong back row. And that one goes into the net. What a volley. What hustle from both squads. Lady Cougars up by 2, 15-13. O'Brien serving. Amaya sets it up. And a big swing from Mesa. At the net is Duffy. Amaya. Guzman. Cannot be returned. Lady Wildcats cut the lead to 1. Salinas and Mata back on the court for your Lady Wildcats. Salinas will go back to serve. They trail by 1. Gaitan. They got to get it across. Duffy sends it over. That's Salinas with the set to Guzman. Ramos. Coronado. Going to be set by Salinas. Behind her to Mata. And that's in. Mata places it in the back corner. And now we are tied at 15. Salinas serving. Ramos in the middle, setting it up back to Ramos. That's Salinas. Gonzalez, third shot's got to get over. Castillo does just that. Sending the second shot over are the Lady Cougars. Good setup by Salinas to Mata. Setting it up to Coronado. But Castillo with some great play. Mesa sending it over and finds an empty spot. And now your Lady Wildcats are up 16-15. Salinas with the serve with a 1-point lead for your Lady Wildcats. Ramos at the net. Couldn't get it across, did the Lady Cougars. 17-15, your Lady Wildcats lead. Talisa Salinas is serving. That's Ramos. Dreyer with the set back to Ramos. Gonzalez. Salinas sets it up to Guzman. That one is over. And the Lady Cougars cannot return it. Lady Wildcats extend their lead to 3. 18-15 here in the second set. Salinas. Dreyer with the set. That's Coronado. At the net is Mata. Sending it across is Castillo. Dreyer with the set to Ramos. Ramos at the net. Great job by Mata and Mesa. But they just cannot convert and get it across. But you cannot deny the hustle of those young ladies. Lady Cougars cut the lead to 2. They trail 16-18. Melanie Cantu will go back to serve. Guzman. Gaitan with a save. That one's across. And Mata sends it over. Mata will set it up for Guzman. And they cannot handle it. Again, it's a 3-point lead for your Lady Wildcats. 19-16. Perez will come onto the court. She'll replace Danielle Castillo. Brisa Guzman will go back to serve. McCollum wants a timeout. Talk things over with his girls. Lady Wildcats leading 19-16 here in the second set. We'll be right back with more action right here on KOS. Welcome back, Weslaco East High School Gymnasium. KOS bringing you Lady Wildcat Volleyball. Lady Wildcats took the first set, 25-13. We are in set number 2, and your Lady Wildcats lead 19-16. Brisa Guzman with the serve. That's Ramos. And it's a point for the Lady Cougars. Cut the lead to 2. They trail 17-19. Hannah Duffy back to serve. That's out. And again, it's a 3-point lead for your Lady Wildcats. Munoz back on the court. And they're going to send Aislinn Mesa back to serve. Mesa with the serve. That's Duffy. Off the net. Great play from Dreyer. And they send it across. Munoz. And she can't get it over. We've got a timeout by the officials on the court, and we'll be right back right here on KOS.
Before David Lozano started practicing law, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL athletics. He was a regional qualifier. He earned college credits through the dual enrollment program. After high school, he attended the University of Texas before graduating from St. Mary's School of Law. Now he helps people in need as an attorney. WISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For David Lozano, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Welcome back. We are at the Weslaco East High School Gymnasium after an official's timeout. We will resume play. Lady Wildcats lead by 2, 20-18. They're making sure that all the personnel changes are being recorded. Looks like the referee's got everything squared away, so we'll go back to live action. Lady Cougars will be serving. They'll send Alyssa Coronado back there to serve. Gonzalez. At the net is Salinas. Munoz into the net. Point Lady Cougars. They cut the lead to 1. 19-18 they trail. Coronado serving. Substitution being made. Larraga back on the court for Lady Wildcats. Here comes the serve from Coronado. Larraga setting it up in the middle to Perez. That one gets over. Good job by Dreyer. Got to get across, and it goes into the net. 21-19. Lady Wildcats lead by 2. Erlinda Amaya will come onto the court along with Megan Gonzalez. And Amaya will go back to serve. Amaya. First shot comes right back over. Gonzalez. Amaya. Gonzalez gets it over. Great communication there by your Lady Wildcats. Little dink What a job by Munoz at the net to keep it alive. Setting it up down at the corner to Barajas, but Gonzalez with a good save. Dreyer. That one's got to get over, and it does not. Point, Lady Wildcats. They lead by 3, 22-19 here in the second set. Amaya with the serve. Dreyer at the net, second shot gets across. Gonzalez got to get it over, she does. Barajas all the way to the back, but Gonzalez is waiting for it. Amaya sending it up to Munoz. Munoz sends it to the back row, and Duffy was back there. Amaya with a good save, sending it up to Munoz. She bumps it across. In the middle, and O'Brien cannot get it over. And now your Lady Wildcats lead by 4, 23-19. And the Lady Wildcat faithful really making some noise here in the gymnasium this afternoon. Amaya, serve goes into the net. Couple of substitutions being made. Back to serve for the Lady Cougars is Jessica Dreyer. Munoz at the net. And she makes the Lady Cougars pay. 24-20, Lady Wildcats lead. A chance to go up 2-0. Danielle Castillo back to serve. Ramos, Dreyer, O'Brien with a little dink, Guzman. And Guzman with the kill, and the Lady Wildcats go up 2-0 here in this match against the Lady Cougars. 25-20 is the score of the second set. We'll be back with the third set right here on K-West.
Weslaco ISD is the right choice because we now offer open enrollment, free tuition, free transportation, access to award-winning UIL and extracurricular activities, admittance into summer enrichment programs, and schools recently awarded with numerous TEA distinction designations for their academic success. Live there, learn here. For families in Weslaco and now anywhere in the Valley, WISD is the right choice.
Welcome back. We are at the Weslaco East High School Gymnasium on the campus of Weslaco East High School. K-West bringing you Lady Wildcat Volleyball. Lady Wildcats taking on the Lady Cougars of Edinburg North High School. Lady Wildcats up 2-0 as they took the first set 25-13, took the second set 25-20, and we're about to get underway in the third set. Erlinda Maya with the serve. Ramos at the net. They're going to say Lady Cougars touched the net. So they are going to award a point to the Lady Wildcats. They're going to get some help. And they're going to say replay. So we'll go back to a fresh new game. So here we go. Let's restart this one. Ramos into the net. Lady Wildcats 1-0. Amaya serving. O'Brien at the net, pushes it across. Amaya going to set it up to Gonzalez, excuse me. Lady Cougars with a big hit from Duffy. Scores tied at 1. Gaitan serving for the Lady Cougars. Guzman sends the first one over and it goes long. 2-1 Lady Cougars lead here in the third set. Castillo, Amaya, Gonzalez, that's long. 3-1 Lady Cougars lead. Gonzalez, Amaya with the set. Good big swing from Castillo. What hustle by Guzman. Castillo with a bump. Amaya sending it across. That's Ramos. Dreyer. Coronado. A big block from Munoz. And Gonzalez. That one's going to be long. Gonzalez and Munoz at the net with a big block. Castillo will go back to serve. Lady Wildcats trail 2-3 here in the third set. That one gets across. Caught Guzman by surprise. Point Lady Cougars. They lead 4-2. Amaya, Munoz. Coronado. Point Lady Cougars. 5-2. They lead by 3. They're going to send O'Brien back to serve for the Lady Cougars. Gonzalez. Amaya with the set. Guzman. Lady Cougars keep it alive. That's going to be long. Lady Wildcats cut the lead to 2. They trail 3-5. Ariana Gonzalez back to serve. Three hits, got to get it across, and Lady Wildcats did not. Lead is 3 for the Lady Cougars, 6-3 here in the third set. Melanie Cantu back to serve. Gonzalez. Amaya setting it up to Gonzalez. Ramos keeping it alive. Dreyer sending back to Ramos. Ramos sending it over. Gonzalez trying to keep it alive, and she cannot. Little out of her range, but great effort. We've got an official's timeout on the court as they are verifying personnel on the court. Looks like he's got everything squared away, so we're back to live action. Cantu serving for the Lady Cougars. Guzman into the net, and quickly Coach Nava calls a timeout. They trail by 4, 7-3 here in the third set. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcat volleyball right here on K-West. Welcome back. Weslaco East Gymnasium. Weslaco East Lady Wildcats taking on the Lady Cougars of Edinburg North High School. We are in the third set. Lady Wildcats took the first two, 25-13. 25-20, they trail in the third set, 8-3. Brisa Guzman. Ramos sending it up across to Coronado. Coronado bumps it over. Gonzalez, Amaya sending it up for Guzman. Ramos with a good dig. Back row is Cantu keeping it in play. Laisha Castillo trying to get it across, and it does not get across. And now the lead is 6 for the Lady Cougars. 9-3 is your score. 9-3 is your score. Lady Cougars lead by 6. Amaya with the set to Guzman. Ramos reaching over to keep it alive. Coronado bumping it across. And your Lady Wildcats sending it right back. At the net. Coronado sending it over. Guzman with some hang time. Coronado. And that one falls. Point. Lady Cougars, they now lead by 7, 10-3. Melanie Cantu back to serve. That one is wide. Lady Wildcats trail 4-10. Couple of substitutions made. Jasmine Escobedo along with Magali Larraga back on the court. And Larraga will go back to serve. Dreyer at the net. Sending it up to Coronado. Good hustle from Escobedo. Dreyer sending it across to Coronado. Coronado bings it across. Guzman. Ramos with some great hustle. At the net is Coronado. Gonzalez. What play. Guzman. They send it up again to Coronado. And the Lady Wildcats can't keep it alive. Back to a 7-point lead for the Lady Cougars. 11-4 is the score. Hannah Duffy will be serving. Gonzalez, Larraga. Escobedo sending it over. Little bump across from the Lady Cougars, and Gonzalez with some hustle, but that one goes a little long. (12-4) Lady Cougars leading here in the third set. Escobedo. That's Guzman. Catching the Lady Cougars off guard. They trail 5-12. And Guzman will go back to serve. Dreyer at the net to Ramos. Larraga with the set to Perez. Gonzalez with a save. That's a double hit. That'll be a point for the Lady Cougars. 13-5 they lead. Ivana Ramos back to serve. Medina, big shot from Escobedo at the net. And the Lady Cougs do not have an answer. Lady Wildcats trail by 7 here in the third set. 6-13. Mesa serving. And a big swing from Barajas. Lady Cougs up 14-6. Jessica Dreyer serving. That's an ace. 15-6. Dreyer serving. Gonzalez, great hustle. Larraga's gonna get over, she does. Setting Dreyer to O'Brien. O'Brien with a big swing and a point for the Lady Cougars. 16-6. Coach Nava calls a timeout, wants to talk things over with their girls. We'll be right back right here on K-West. Welcome back. We are at the Weslaco East High School Gymnasium. Lady Wildcats taking on the Lady Cougars of Edinburg North High School. Lady Wildcats took the first two sets. Trail here in the third set, 16-6. Raga with the set to Munoz. Barajas. Ramos. That one's going to be touched by the Lady Wildcats. 17-6. The lead is now 11 for the Lady Cougars. That's an ace. Gonzalez couldn't get to it. (18-6) Lady Cougars lead. Dreyer serving. That one is out. 7-18, Lady Wildcats trailing here in the third set. Amaya will go back to serve. O'Brien, Dreyer, Guerra. Amaya with the set to Munoz. She pushes it to the back. Second shot right over by O'Brien. 19-7, Lady Cougars lead here in set number 3. Shayla Gaitan back to serve. Guzman, Amaya, Gonzalez. O'Brien again with a second shot over. Maya sets it up to Perez. What great play by Gaitan as she waited patiently for that one to come off the rafters. Really hit the air conditioning duct with what it did. That one is sent long from Duffy, and that's a point for your Lady Wildcats. Danielle Castillo will come back onto the court. She'll go back to serve. Lady Wildcats trailing 8-19. Back to Ramos. Dreyer setting it up in the middle to Guerra, and that's a point for the Lady Cougars. O'Brien goes back to serve with a 12-point lead for the Lady Cougars. Guzman. Gonzalez back to Guzman. Dreyer will set it up in the middle to Coronado. That's going to be long. 9-20, your Lady Wildcats trail. Gonzalez back to serve. Ramos, Dreyer, Coronado, Gonzalez saving it. Erlinda Amaya with the set, and they're going to say that Guzman went into the net. 21-9, Lady Cougars leading. Melanie Cantu back on the court for Lady Cougars. She'll go back to serve. Gonzalez, Amaya. That's Gonzalez. Cuts the lead. For your Lady Wildcats, some substitutions. And Talisa Salinas will go back to serve. They trail by 11. Dreyer sending it up to Coronado. She pushes it to the back row to Gonzalez. Salinas with his set to Guzman. Ramos. They got to get it over. They do. Mata. Salinas. Guzman with the kill. Now the lead is 10. Lady Wildcats cutting into that. Salinas serving. Dreyer with the set. Ramos sends it across. Salinas sets it up for Mata. Pushes it to the back row. Gonzalez, good hustle in the back row herself. Guzman found a bare spot on the court. cuts the lead to single digits. 12-21, Lady Wildcats trailing. Salinas to Ramos. Dreyer setting it up to Coronado. Salinas with the set. Point, Lady Cougars. Duffy serving. Mata. Salinas. Guzman. Another kill for Guzman. Again, they cut the lead to single digits. 13-22 they trail. Perez back on the court. She'll replace Castillo. Guzman will go back to serve. Dreyer setting it up to Coronado. Gonzalez. Second shot sent over by Salinas. That one hit the net, but a great job by Mata being able to keep it in play. Perez all the way to the back row. Ramos got to get it over. She does. Salinas. Mata. Perez. What play at the net? And they're going to say it went behind the foul pole. Point, Lady Wildcats. Trailing 14-22. Guzman serving. Salinas. Mata. Perez trying to play that one as it goes into the net. Not able to do such. So that's a point for the Lady Cougars. They lead 23-14. Ivana Ramos serving for the Lady Cougars. Salinas sets it up in the middle to Mata. And Mata with a big kill. 15-23, Lady Wildcats trailing. Aislinn Mesa back to serve. Dreyer setting it up to O'Brien. Good job by Mesa. Perez. Lady Cougars keep it in play. That's Mata, has the block, but Munoz, great play at the net. They set it up for Barajas. Good job in the back row by Medina. Perez sends it over. Dreyer, second shot goes over. Munoz reaches, keeps it in play. Mata, big swing, and the Lady Cougars cannot handle that one. 16-23, Lady Wildcats chipping away at that lead. Dreyer sets it up to O'Brien. She pushes that over. Perez. Salinas. Munoz. Great hustle. And the lead is now only 6. 17-23. Lady Wildcats chipping into that lead. And Coach McCullum wants a timeout, so we'll take one as well. You're watching Lady Wildcat Volleyball right here on KOS. Welcome back. Weslaco East High School Gymnasium. KOS bringing you Lady Wildcat Volleyball. We are in set number 3. Lady Wildcats trailing 17-23. They took the first two, 25-13 and 25-20. That one sails wide. And now the Lady Cougars with an opportunity to take set number 3. They lead 24-17. Jessica Dreyer serving. Medina, Salinas, Perez, point, Lady Wildcats. 18-24. Amaya and Gonzalez back on the court for your Lady Wildcats, and Amaya will go back to serve. Umaya back to Ramos. O'Brien. Coronado, she gets it across. Gonzalez. Amaya with the set. Munoz with the kill. (19-24). Lady Wildcats trailing by 5. Trying to get back into this third set. Dreyer. Maya, second shot goes over. Dreyer's going to set it up to Ramos. Ramos. Medina with a good dig. Sending it right back to Ramos. Dreyer setting it up. And that's a big kill from Barajas. And the Lady Cougars take set 3, 25-19. So we'll head to set number 4 when we return right here on K-West.
Before Harlan Block raised the flag over Iwo Jima, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. There he played for the Panthers, won a championship, and learned some of the leadership skills he and 7 other students used while serving in the Marines. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prominent graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For war hero Harlan Block, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Welcome back. We are at the Weslaco East High School Gymnasium. K-West bringing you Lady Wildcat Volleyball. We are about to get underway in the 4th set. Lady Wildcats lead 2-1 as they took the first two, 25-13 and 25-20. Lady Cougars took the third set, 25-19, and they'll be serving as we begin set number 4, and that's Dreyer right into the net. Lady Wildcats, Guzman, Gonzalez, Munoz in the front row. Munoz, Gonzalez, and serving is Laisha Castillo in the back. That one sent right over on the second shot, and that one plays on the net, always making it difficult, and that's a point for the Lady Cougars. 1-1 is your score. Shayla Gaitan back to serve. Ace for Gaitan. Gaitan serving, Lady Cougars leading 2-1. Guzman, at the net is Amaya. Munoz. (3-1). Guzman, Amaya, Munoz, back to Ramos. Dreyer setting it up to Duffy. Amaya with a great set. Guzman catching the Lady Cougars off guard as she sends it to the back row. Lady Wildcats trailing 2-3, and Adriana Gonzalez will be serving. Dreyer with the set to Duffy. Gonzalez, Guzman. Ramos with a good save. Great play by Gonzalez. She saw the Lady Cougars a little too far to their left, sends it out to their right, and now we are tied at 3. Gonzalez serving. Dreyer with the set. That's fast sending it across. Gonzalez. That's going to be long. (4-3) Lady Cougars lead. O'Brien back to serve. Castillo, that one goes out of bounds. 5-3 Lady Cougars lead. Guzman. Amaya with the set. Gonzalez. Great hustle by the Lady Cougars, but it goes right into the net. And now the Lady Wildcats only trail by 1. Escobedo and Larraga back on the court. Larraga will go back to serve. Setting it up to Coronado, and Coronado with a big kill. Lady Cougars up by 2, 6-4. Melanie Cantu back on the court for the Lady Cougars. She'll go back to serve. Cantu serving. Into the net. Alondra Perez back on the court. She'll replace Laisha Castillo. Brissa Guzman back to serve. That one goes into the net. 7-5 is the score. Lady Cougars lead. Hannah Duffy back to serve for the Lady Cougars. Larraga in the middle to Escobedo. Lady Cougars pushing it over. Perez, third shot's got to get across. Gonzalez gets it over. Dreyer with the set to Barajas. Larraga in the middle. Net won by the Lady Cougars. They lead by 3, 8-5. Duffy serving for the Lady Cougars. Larraga, Gonzalez into the net. 9-5, Lady Cougars lead. Coach Nava wants a timeout. We'll be right back right here on K-West. Welcome back. Weslaco East High School Gymnasium is where we are at. Weslaco East Lady Wildcats taking on the Lady Cougars. Edinburg North High School, 9-5. Lady Cougars lead here in the fourth set. At the net is Larraga, and that one is sent right back over by Coronado. And the lead is 5 for the Lady Cougars. 10-5 is the score here in the fourth set, in case you're just joining us. Lady Wildcats leading 2-1. They took the first 2 sets. Lady Cougars took the third set. Dreyer with the set to Barajas. That one gets across. 11-5, Lady Cougars lead. Larraga in the middle. Set to Escobedo. And that's a point for your Lady Wildcats. Munoz back on the court. Aislinn Mesa back to serve, trailing by 5, 6-11. Barajas. 12-6, Lady Cougars lead. Ramos back to serve. Lady Wildcats can't send it back. (13-6) Lady Cougars lead. Perez sending it over. Ramos. Gonzalez. Larraga with the set. Perez at the net. Munoz saving it. She sends it right back over. This one is set to Escobedo. Dreyer with the set to Barajas. She pushes it to the back. Gonzalez waiting for it. Medina sending it over, and it's going to be wide. 14-6, Lady Cougars leading here in set number 4. Larraga sending it up to Munoz. Barajas with the save. They set it up to her, and then she comes back with a kill. Mata will come on to the court for your Lady Wildcats. She'll replace Escobedo. 15-6 is the score here in the 4th set. Lady Cougars leading. Medina. Munoz got to send it over. She does. Ramos to Dreyer. In the middle to O'Brien. Medina. They set it up to Perez. That one goes to the back, and Coronado retreats to keep it alive. That one's going to be long from Barajas, and the Lady Cougars pick up another point, trailing 7-15. Erlinda Amaya, along with Megan Gonzalez, they'll come back onto the court, and Amaya will go back to serve. Ramos, Dreyer, O'Brien, point Lady Cougars. Dreyer will go back to serve for the Lady Cougars, and they lead 16-7 here in the 4th set. They're going to call double hit on the Lady Wildcats. 17-7, Lady Cougars leading. Gonzalez. Amaya to Munoz. Dreyer sets it up to Barajas. Barajas pushes it to the back. Medina set by Amaya. Munoz to the back corner, but that one's a little wide, and that's a point for the Lady Cougars. They lead by 11, 18-7. Dreyer with the serve. Gonzalez, Munoz, back to Gonzalez. And that's a point for your Lady Wildcats. Danielle Castillo and Brissa Guzman back on the court. Castillo will go back to serve. Castillo, O'Brien on the first one, sends it right back. Munoz, and what are we going to call? They're going to say it was out. Little discussion there, and officially it's out. Point Lady Wildcats. They trail by 9-18. Dreyer sends it up to O'Brien. Guzman. Munoz. Dreyer sets it up to Barajas. Barajas pushes it over. Amaya sets it up to Guzman. Guzman trying to go to the back corner, but a great job by Ramos to track it down. Gonzalez, Amaya. Gonzalez. Dreyer back there waiting for it. Ramos with a set to Duffy. Amaya to Guzman. Guzman with a big hit. Gonzalez got to get it over. She does. In the middle, setting it up to O'Brien, and O'Brien with a big kill. (19-9), Lady Cougars lead by 10. Shayla Gaitan on to serve for the Lady Cougars. Guzman, Amaya. They're going to set it up to Coronado. That's Duffy. Guzman. It was blocked, but it goes out of bounds. So that's a point for your Lady Wildcats. Escobedo back on the court. Gonzalez back to serve. Lady Wildcats trailing by 9. Ramos. Second shot from Dreyer goes over. Third shot's got to get across, and Guzman makes sure that it does. It's Dreyer at the net, setting it up to O'Brien. That's going to be long, and your Lady Wildcats trail by 8. Gonzalez serving. Set it up in the middle for Faz. Amaya sets it up to Guzman. She goes to the back to Ramos. Dreyer sets it up to Duffy, and Duffy with a kill. Lady Cougars lead by 9, 20-11. Kaylee O'Brien back to serve for the Lady Cougars. That's Guzman. And it goes wide. 21-11, Lady Cougars lead. O'Brien serving. Guzman. Amaya. Gonzalez into the net. Point, Lady Cougars. (22-11), Lady Cougars lead. Amaya setting it up to Guzman. That's O'Brien to Dreyer. That's at the net, and Duffy cannot play it as it goes into the net, and that's a point for your Lady Wildcats. Cut it to a 10-point lead. They'll send Salinas back to serve as she comes back onto the court. Salinas serving. Dreyer sets it up to Ramos. Salinas to Guzman. Guzman cannot get it over. 23-12, Lady Cougars lead. Melanie Cantu replaces Faz for the Lady Cougars, and Cantu will go back to serve. Mata's got to get it over. She does. Dreyer with the set. Coronado. Guzman. That's too close to the net for Mesa to handle, and that's a point for the Lady Cougars. And the Lady Cougars with a chance to take set number 4, 24-12, they lead. Cantu serving. Gonzalez, Salinas. Mata sending it over. Dreyer sets it up to Duffy. That is long and wide. Point, Lady Wildcats. 13-24, they trail. Laisha Castillo come back onto the court, replacing Danielle Castillo. Brisa Guzman back to serve. Dreyer setting it up to Coronado. That goes into the net. 14-24. Guzman serving. Dreyer sending it up to Ramos. Mata. Castillo with a big swing. At the net. Guzman. Ramos saving it. Dreyer sending it up to Coronado. Big block from Mesa. Salinas setting it up to Castillo. Castillo finds an empty spot, and that's a point for Lady Wildcats. Guzman serving. Lady Wildcats cutting the lead to 9. They trail 15-24. Dreyer sending it up to Coronado. That's in. Point, Lady Cougars, and they take set number 4, 25-15. So we'll go to a 5th and deciding set here at the Weslaco East Gymnasium. 2 sets apiece in this one between your Lady Wildcats and the Lady Cougars. We'll be right back.
At Weslaco ISD, our elementary schools are diving into new and inventive methods of learning that are transforming lives one mind at a time. Our innovative learning practices have earned our elementary schools numerous TEA distinction designations for their academic programs. Now with open enrollment, WISD, academics, arts, and athletics. For families everywhere, Weslaco ISD elementary schools are the right choice.
Welcome back. We are at the Weslaco East High School Gymnasium. K-West bringing you Lady Wildcat Volleyball. We are going to begin the 5th and deciding set. After Lady Wildcats took the first 2, Lady Cougars come back, take the second 2, and so that puts us where we're at now in the 5th and deciding set. Lady Wildcats will be serving. Erlinda Amaya back to serve. Dreyer, second one to Coronado. Gonzalez saves it. Amaya sending it up to Munoz. That one goes to the back row. Ramos does a great job of getting across to it. Barajas pushing it to the back row. Setting it up to Laisha Castillo. Great dig from Ramos. Duffy sends it over. Setting it up is Gonzalez. That one gets across. And at the net, O'Brien. Point Lady Cougars 1-0. Megan Gonzalez, Arlis Munoz, and Laisha Castillo in the front. Brisa Guzman, Erlinda Amaya, and Ariana Gonzalez in the back. That's Laisha with a big swing. Duffy gets it across. Gonzalez, Amaya, great job. Great body control to keep it alive. Duffy with a little push across. Alice Munoz putting it all the way to the back row, but great hustle by the Lady Cougars. Gonzalez, Amaya. We're going to call a carry on the Lady Wildcats. 2-0 Lady Cougars lead. Castillo, Amaya. Gonzalez has it blocked, but a great job by your Lady Wildcats to keep it alive. That's Dreyer. That one's at the net, gets over. They're going to say Lady Wildcats touched it last. So that's going to be a point for the Lady Cougars, and they lead 3-0. Gaitan serving. And again, O'Brien at the net. Timeout called on the court, so we'll take one as well. Lady Wildcats trailing set number 5, 4-0. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We are at the Weslaco East High School Gymnasium. Lady Wildcats taking on the Lady Cougars. We are in the 5th set. Lady Wildcats took the first 2. Lady Cougars took the second 2. They lead in the third one, 4-0. Off the net was Amaya, and what patience to be able to play that one. And the Lady Wildcats get their first point here in set number 5. 1-4, they trail. Laisha Castillo back to serve. Setting it up to O'Brien. Castillo. Escobedo couldn't get that one off the net. And now the Lady Cougars lead 6-1. I'm sorry, 5-1. O'Brien serving. Munoz all the way to the back row. O'Brien waiting for that one. Dreyer sends it across. Escobedo. Lady Cougars cannot get it back over the net, and that's a point for your Lady Wildcats. They cut the lead to 3, 2-5. They'll send Gonzalez back to serve. Ace. 3-5, they trail by 2. Adriana Gonzalez serving. Duffy into the net. Lady Wildcats trail only by 1. 4-5. Gonzalez serving. Duffy, Dreyer, Foss. Gonzalez with a big dig, but can't keep it in play. (6-4) Lady Cougars leading. Cantu onto the court to serve for the Lady Cougs. Guzman, Escobedo, back to Guzman. Third shot's got to get over. Duffy gets it across. Amaya with the set to Guzman. Dreyer setting it up to Duffy, and Duffy with a kill. Lady Cougars lead by 3, 7-4. Cantu serving. That's an ace. 8-4, Lady Cougars lead here in the 5th set. Timeout called on the court. We'll take one as well. You're enjoying Lady Wildcat Volleyball right here on K-West.
Before Clarissa Renteria was a dentist, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a cheerleader, played softball, and started college early through the dual enrollment program. She graduated from UTPA before earning her degree from the University of Texas School of Dentistry in Houston. Now she is Dr. Renteria, creating beautiful smiles at Professional Dental Group. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Dr. Clarissa Renteria, WISD was the right choice.
Welcome back, Weslaco East. Lady Wildcats taking on the Lady Cougars of Edinburg North High School. K-West bringing you this 31-6A matchup between these two ball clubs. Lady Wildcats took the first 2 sets. Lady Cougars took the second 2 sets. We are in the 5th set. Lady Cougars lead by a score of 8-4. Gonzalez, Amaya. That one's going to be long from Escobedo. 9-4, Lady Cougars leading. Cantu serving. That's going to go out. Lady Wildcats trailing by 4. Substitutions being made. Jaylene Mata back on the court, as is Magali Larraga, and Larraga will go back to serve. Dreyer setting it over on the second shot. Mata setting it up in the middle, and that's going to be Mesa sending it over. That's going to be long off the arms of Duffy. Lady Wildcats cut the lead to 3. 6-9, they trail here in set number 5. Dreyer got to get it over, they do. Mata setting it up to Castillo at the net, gets over. This is going to be Duffy with a push. Great save from Gonzalez. Duffy sends it over. Setting it up to Guzman. Great hustle and great net play from Mata and Mesa. Lady Wildcats cut the lead to 5-2. They trail 7-9. Timeout called. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Weslaco East High School Gymnasium. We are in set number 5, the deciding set between this match between your Lady Wildcats and the Lady Cougars. Lady Wildcats took the first 2, Lady Cougars took the second 2. Lady Wildcats trail by 2, 9-7. They trail by 1, 8-9. La Raga back to serve. Gonzalez. Guzman, tied at 9. We are tied at 9 in the 5th set. La Raga serving for your Wildcats. Second shot goes over. La Raga setting it up to Guzman. Little dink over. Dreyer sets it up in the middle to Ramos. She pushes it over. La Raga with the set to Mata. Back row dive from Cantu. Gonzalez tracking it down in the back row. Guzman. And a point for your Lady Wildcats. They now lead by 1, 10-9. Ten to 9, your Lady Wildcats leading here in the 5th set. La Raga back to serve. Ramos to Dreyer in the middle to Coronado. She pushes it back. Gonzalez, that's La Raga in the middle. Mata sending it over. Mesa sending it over. Ramos. Mesa tracking it down. Third shot's got to get across. Gonzalez sends it over. Duffy, good dig from Gonzalez, and La Raga can't play it at the net, and we are tied at 10. Hannah Duffy back to serve with the score tied at 10. Mata, set by La Raga to Guzman. Dreyer across to Barajas. All the way to the back row to Gonzalez. Mata saves it. La Raga's got to get over. She does. Dreyer to Ramos. They bring it across to Barajas. And the Lady Wildcats cannot play that one. Lady Cougars regain the lead. 11-10. Duffy serving. That's Gonzalez. La Raga. Castillo. They're going to say it's out. Point Lady Cougars. They now lead by 2, 12-10. Duffy serving. That one at the net and falls in. 13-10 Lady Cougars lead here in set number 5. La Raga, Guzman. Dreyer will set it up to Barajas. Gonzalez with a dig, and the Lady Wildcats cannot continue play. 14-10 Lady Cougars lead with a chance to win it here. Erlinda Amaya back on the court. She'll replace Jaylene Mata. Duffy with the serve. Gonzalez. La Raga. Guzman with the kill. Guzman will go back to serve. Alondra Mata will come back onto the court, replacing Laisha Castillo. Guzman. Barajas at the net. That is Aislinn Mesa. 12-14. Lady Wildcats still in this one. Guzman. 13-14. Coach McCallum wants a timeout. We'll take one as well. You're enjoying Lady Wildcat volleyball right here on KWS.
Weslaco ISD now introducing all-day pre-K. Bring your children to Weslaco ISD for a fun and engaging learning experience, helping to create lifelong learners. At Weslaco ISD all-day pre-K, your kids become young scholars, taking part in leadership programs, learning about science and technology, introducing them to literacy so they love to read. Registration taking place now at Weslaco ISD, the right choice.
Welcome back. We are at the Weslaco East High School Gymnasium. Lady Wildcats taking on the Lady Cougars. We are in the fifth set. Lady Wildcats took the first two, 25-13, 25-20. Lady Cougars came back, 25-19, 25-15. Take the second two. And the Lady Wildcats trail by one, 13-14 here in the fifth set. Perez. And we are tied at 14. Lady Wildcats come from behind to tie this one at 14. Brisa Guzman serving. Dreyer. Barajas pushing it to the back row. Gonzalez. At the net. Perez, good play. Dreyer setting it up to Barajas. She pushes it over, and it's a point for the Lady Cougars. They are up 15-14. Lady Cougars up by one, 15-14. Ivana Ramos serving. Gonzalez. She gets it over. Dreyer with the set to Ramos. Gonzalez, good dig. And Linda Amaya's second shot goes over. Dreyer to Barajas. Barajas, point, Lady Cougars, and they win this one 16-14. Lady Cougars win this match. They continue to remain in second place with a 8-2 record. 3-2, Lady Cougars take this one over your Lady Wildcats. For Vinny Berry, I am Joe Aguilar saying thank you. We'll see you next time right here on KWS.